It's an unstoppable day, family. I'm Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Lethbridge, and you're watching Unstoppable Thoughts by Coach Terrence. And today I want to talk with you for the time we have together about stepping back from that job, looking back at how you're treating your family and your career, and then come back home. Let me say that again. I want you to step back, I want you to look back, and I want you to come back. Now, I'm preparing for tonight's show, the Next Level Living Show with Coach Terrence, and we are talking this week about mastering the balance between your family relationships and your entrepreneurial endeavors. And the word comeback came to me for this evening because I was watching an old school movie, Friday, with Ice Cube and with Smokey. And I love watching that movie because I love how Smokey is just so crazy and Craig is always the one that's reeling him back, having him come back to reality. And if you watch the movie, you know there's one scene where Smokey was really scared about what was going to happen later that night. And he just got tired of sitting on the porch with Craig. And so he decided he was going to go home and he was going to wait it out. Whatever happened was going to happen. And Smokey looked him dead in the eye and he said, Craig looked him dead in the eye and he said, "Smokey, come back." And you're asking Coach T, well, what does that have to do with balance? Well, let me tell you, I want you to come back to the balance between your family and your relationship. And how do I want you to do that? Well, first of all, I want you to step back and look at how you're running your business and how that's reflecting on your family time. Now, I know especially as men trying to be providers for the family, trying to make sure that the bills are paid, trying to make sure that there's a roof over your head, that you are out there hustling and bustling, trying to make sure that all the ends meet. And a lot of times in order to do that, you've got to work one job, two jobs, or if you're an entrepreneur, you're working 15, 20 hours out of the day, and you're not really spending time with your family. So I want you to step back and look at that dynamic and see what's happening in your life and see if the family versus the business is out of balance. And then I want you to look back. I want you to look back over the last 7 days, or maybe look back over the last month. Pull out your calendar and see how you scheduled your time. Did you schedule more time for your business than you did for your family? Did you schedule any date nights for your wife or your significant other, men? Did you schedule any time for your children? It's Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming up and it's about to be the summertime. Have you mapped out time for those important things, for that important time with your family? And then I want you to come back. And that means physically, mentally, and spiritually come back home to your family because they need you. Yes, they need you to provide for them. Yes, they need you to make sure that there's a roof over their head. Yes, they need you to make sure that the bills are paid. But they also need your support. They also need your shoulder to lean on. They also need your presence so that they can talk about what's happening in their life, or they can get some feedback from you about some decisions that they need to make, or they just maybe need you there as the figurehead of the family. See, men, it's important for you to come back to your family and master that balance so that you can have an unstoppable family and have an unstoppable career, and together that makes an unstoppable life. That's my time. I'm Terrence, the Unstoppable Coach Lethbridge, and men, I want you to step back. I want you to look back. And more importantly, I want you to come back home and be the men, the providers, the supporters, the foundation of the family that you were created and intended to be, so that you can be unstoppable. Because you know what I say, why would you ever settle for less when you can be unstoppable? Take care, family. I don't want you to just have an unstoppable week. I want you to have a fabulous week. I want you to have an awesome week. And I want you to have a balanced week. Take care.